What's up, y'all? So today I'm going to propagate into the realm. Yeah. So, what's up? Y'all okay? Everybody copacetic? Nobody having bad thoughts, right? And if you are, that's your emotional state. You control that. So let's see where your energy wants to go. Okay?
Crime coefficient under 50. Enforcement action not required. Trigger will remain locked.
By reading a bioorganism's force field, the intelligence of science finally uncovered the secret of our souls, and our society has changed drastically because of it. The problem is free will has been stripped.
What on earth are you talking about?
I'm talking about seeing the naked splendor of people's souls. I want to see our precious lives played out on the stage of the world. If we base our lives on Sybil's oracle and not our own free will, then can our souls have value? If you want to stop me, instead of using that useless piece of scrap metal and circuits, you can pick up the gun I just gave you and shoot me. Pull the trigger and a bullet will fire.
That isn't how it works!
You mean because I'm a good, upstanding citizen? Because that's what trusty Sybil has declared.
No enforcement action required. Trigger will remain locked.
But why?
My psychopath has never been anything but the purest white. It's never gotten cloudy, not even for a moment. I think my body must be deluding itself.
Help me! Akane! Do something! Yuki! I'm warning you now! Let her go! Or else!
Or else you'll kill me, get up off of the sidelines. That's the weight of decision and free will.
Crime coefficient under 20. No enforcement action required.
René Descartes. He said that those who can't make a decision can't do so either because their passions are too great or because they lack the sufficient intellect. Not enough resolve. How very regrettable for you. Your failure has cost your friend's life.
No, please!
Regret helplessness, Akane, and feel true despair.
Crime coefficient 0. Trigger will remain locked.
Yuki, no!
Now, let's talk. And this is going to be a crazy talk video, so, buckle up a little bit. Let's talk. So, it comes to my attention at times, especially when it's about the simulation, this game. Talking to the pyramid now. I will talk to the masses in a minute. But you folks don't seem to know that you are in charge. And I see it from the coding that you put inside of your news. It's kind of like Firefly.
You're a monster.
Miranda.
Coding behind everything, and you don't realize it because color schemes and the way that we have programmed linearly for the masses to think. And I say we because once you get to a specific point, you really understand what is in this realm. I'm saying we have given them this. Like, I don't know how many videos I can make, which I can make a lot of them because I have no choice. It's it's not right now. It's for somewhere in the future. Trust me on this. That's why I'm making these. But So, back on topic. This programming that you were given, this programming that we have given them, that we propped up on them, you can tell it's simulated. We go in cycles, it's cyclical. It's a linear, cyclical universe. And that is an interesting perspective. You could break it down and then it would become so convoluted that the masses wouldn't understand, and overstand what you're talking about, because you have to think dimensionally when it comes to this kind of thing. Not just third dimensionally, 2D, 1D, just you got to think bolder. And that's where we find ourselves. There are people who are out there thinking bolder, and they are creating. And for those who talk about this can't be the end times, stars are falling. You see it almost every news cycle, every other news cycle, let's be clear. Like, oh, it's a satellite, stars are falling. Ships are being shown. Planets are changing. The star is burning bright. Why? Like, you're not explaining to people what is, but yet we're following a program. We all are. And your programming is telling you that, you know what, we'll listen, we'll pick little things up, but we're not going to address it directly. And you have no choice but to address it directly, because you were given what you have. And I'm not trying to be scary. It's just, it's realistic. You were given what you have. You keep people in la la land. The news cycle looks ate up. Address Social Security, why don't you? Oh, no, if we're thinking 3D wise, no Social Security will be addressed. The migration patterns that are riddling every nation on this planet at the moment. They say immigration, but it's really just the movement of people. This is happening in real time. Migration patterns have changed. People are moving. Your societies are changing, and yet we're going to take a totalitarian approach, and not saying this system is going to go that way, because they have a republic, and so there are slight stipulations to this that you have to get around to actually do that, which hasn't been done yet. So is it written in there? Look, I was one of the framers of that. I put my 2 cents in there. Yep. The hand! So, I'm going to be real with you. Whose face is in that picture? Huh? Like, there's a pyramid for a reason. We all abide by it. So, yeah. Now, to back it up a little bit, let's talk to the masses. Hey, y'all okay? Everything happening, Tyson, me and Tyson share a birthday. Everything happening for a reason. And we kind of just go with it. It's so interesting. You see that you believe in a system that is faking it. You know that, right? It used to not fake it. It was actually, it stood on business, but now it's just faking it. Bought off by the highest bidder at this point. And even though they fall within the confines of the pyramids, so do BlackRock and of that sort. Just keep in mind what they were given can be taken away, which in turn would mean what you were given can be taken away. Why would you do that? That would throw the world in chaos. I'd rather see the world in chaos than the world extinct. Something about that, you know? Give it another shot, another go. How many chances have we been given thus far? You don't tell them about the ancient ones. They weren't gods, they were people masquerading as gods. Nobody said the term gods except for man. We never said that. We said we created you. And this is channeling, mind you. But, yeah, we go with it. So, with that, and when I say we, I'm talking about the Anunnaki. So, get right, you know? Act like you know what time period you're in, but you pretend that you don't. Everybody is pretending. And I'm not saying go out there and just be crazy. Like, just be mindful.
Very demure, very
Mindful.
Pick up on the energy. Stop eating all that processed foods. Clear up your pineal, and you will actually be able to attune a little bit better. You're so dependent on starches and, oh God, carbs, and you're dependent on it. They put these chemicals and do, which is actually alchemy. Creating food is a form of alchemy, but that's besides the point. What are we doing? You know? You have the keys to salvation right in front of you, and I'd rather be glad. That's right, I'm gonna get that bag. I'm gonna be able to fly to Dubai. Okay, well, you can, yeah, please. Okay, well, what's safe? High up, yes, mountainous, those are safe. But what it comes down to is, how much time does one have? You know? Well, the stars don't lie. You'll know how much time you do have, but, you know. You got the planets changing, the star is more active than ever. It's the maximum. What's that mean? Please tell me. How, in your scientific wisdom of the star itself, can you tell what a maximum is? Do you know? Coming from people who say a black hole is a hole in space, or a wormhole, so to speak. People who say that a star dying either becomes a black hole or a white dwarf. Like, I'm so confused. You know, so much can be given to the civilization to make it a little bit brighter. But yeah, we are dependent on plaques on the wall that mean absolutely nothing. You're good at listening and writing and citing work. That's what you're good at. You're really good at citing work. So make sure you cite or you got your information from, so that we can double check you and make sure it's correct. Oh, okay. That's easy. That's so easy. Simplistic. Think beyond. Think beyond, people. Please, think beyond. There are people out there who are savants. There are people out there who can get hit with something and come out miraculously speaking other languages or playing the piano.
A Metro teenager is struggling to recover from a severe concussion. His parents say when he woke up, though, He was speaking only Spanish, a language he had never spoken fluently before. Channel 2's Gwinnett County Bureau Chief live in Gwinnett County on this with some video of the incident. And Tony, why his parents want to warn everyone about the dangers of concussions.
Hey, Justin, this was the Brookwood High student's third concussion playing soccer. He says the sport is his passion. He wants to play it professionally, but everything's unclear right now. He can't go to school, his family's struggling, and they don't know what the total impact is. What do you remember about that game?
Not really anything.
This is the collision late last month that has turned Ruben Anselmo's life upside down. He was playing goalie for an elite Gwinnett County-based national team when he dove for the ball. Another player kicked him in the head. Ruben's coach says the teenager stopped breathing several times.
I was in shock and panic, right? And then he would come back, then he start throwing up. It was a sequence of things that I've never seen, really. It was bad.
You thought you might lose him there?
I thought I might lose him there.
Ruben was airlifted to Atlanta Medical, where he spent several days in a coma.
Our life has changed through this process.
Sí, hablo mucho español.
And when he did wake up, his parents say he spoke only in Spanish at first, a language he'd never spoken fluently before. For now, Ruben stays at home, twirling a ball and watching games on TV.
Sometimes I daze out. Sometimes, I feel like I'm not there, but I am.
He hopes one day to be back on the pitch himself. And when he does return, his coach wants him and every other goalie to wear a helmet.
Everybody's waiting till that big thing happen before they start wearing the mask. We should try to prevent these things from happening earlier.
Watch this.
Meet Jason Padgett. Jason is a mathematical genius.
The inner boundary of pi is f of x equals x times the sine of pi divided by x.
But he wasn't always gifted.
I remember saying, math is stupid.
Jason was a typical teenager.
Going out with my buddies on the weekends, chasing girls, going to parties.
Then, on a regular night out with friends, on Friday the 13th, December of 2002, Jason was attacked.
And I didn't see anything coming. I just heard more than felt this thud in the back of my head, and I saw a bright flash of light. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground.
Jason was rushed to the hospital and treated for his injuries.
They gave me this really strong pain medicine shot and sent me home. And I remember on the way home thinking how bizarre everything looked.
When Jason awoke the next morning, his vision was more than blurry.
Everything that was perfectly smooth before, when it moved, had these little tiny edges. It looked like it was choppy, like you were watching an old-fashioned flip book.
Jason would draw what he was seeing, but he could not explain it until a chance encounter with a stranger in a mall.
And he said, hey, I'm a physicist. And he goes, what are you working on there? It looks like you're trying to talk about space-time and the discrete structure of the universe. He goes, but I've never seen anybody do it in layman terms before. Have you ever thought about taking a math class?
So Jason went back to school, and it turned out that stranger was right. Jason was seeing complex mathematical objects everywhere. But why?
I saw a show with a doctor named Dr. Dale Treffert, and he was doing a show with savants, and I sent him an email literally saying, hey, am I losing my mind?
Treffert, a world-renowned expert on the topic, diagnosed Jason with acquired savant syndrome.
The brain, come on, is a vast machine. It's a complex machine. And you think AI is the true AI? You are automatons. We are automatons in these vessels. Beyond that, you have to transcend dimensions. And not a lot of people can say they can do that. And then you get, my personal favorite are the ones who just, they think that this money is where it's at because it helps them push this safety narrative for themselves. I can go out and get a bunker, or I can go out and get my own land. But when everything, if it falls in the way that it, so there's three possibilities. I have to say that right now. 3 possibilities that can be taken. The worst possibility is you're not going to make it to those bunkers. You're not going to be able to, some, but not everyone, will be able to enjoy that land. Because either it's going to be underwater and tatters from the shaking. That's, you don't know about them yet, but they are so knocking at the doorstep, maturing. They'll be here. The horde, as I will call them, the flood.
The story is all here. Thousands of years ago, these hunters taught humans how to build and were worshipped as gods. Gods would return. The hunters would battle these great serpents. The hunters lost. An entire civilization wiped out overnight.
But this is what you're made for, weapons of mass destruction. Ready to fight, ready to die. If you don't like my version, here's Anoki.
Courage, duty, honor. We call upon our troopers in this our darkest hour. For the Federation, I will give my life. For the Federation, I will give my life.
So, with that, I'm just ranting, going off. It's a vast mind, so it's just like, oh, there's a lot of stuff, word flub. I'm not gonna write a script. I don't want you to think I'm fake. Even though when you live in this life as a vessel, you're really acting. It's an actor. You're an actor at the end of the day. All of us are actors. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, you're acting. You want to do good at work and you change up your voice, your tone, and you're acting. It's a facade. Everybody has one. But just know that the real you knows all. The real you is all. And you need to know that. And if you don't, that's fine too. NPC living is cool. Nothing against it. But, no. I don't really have anything else to rant about with you. I really hope that the pyramid realizes what is. We gave you what you have and you think you can play by a different playbook that hasn't already been in existence? Be realistic. We see you. We're watching you. So, with that, no sad talk, no depressive talk, just a smile on and positive vibes your way. So, as always, for the light workers, keep doing your thing. For the chosen, stay on mission. And for those who know, let's get it.